All right, welcome back to Chapters Unfolded, everybody. You know what we're doing here, right?
Diving deep into atomic habits, of course.
You got it. We're on Chapter 5 today. The best way to start a new habit.
Oh yeah, this one is packed with good stuff. Practical strategies galore.
That's right. So to kick things off, let's talk about this research study. Imagine, researchers over in Great Britain.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
They got 248 people together, all wanting to, build a good exercise habit.
Makes sense. Who doesn't want that?
Right. So they split everyone into 3 groups.
Classic research study setup.
Exactly. The first group, our control group. They just track their exercise. Easy peasy.
Makes sense. Gotta have a baseline.
Now the second group, they got a motivational pep talk about all the amazing benefits of exercise.
Pump them up. Get them excited.
Right. And then there's a third group.
Okay, what'd they do with this group?
They got the pep talk too, but then they were asked to make a super specific plan.
Oh, interesting. Not just exercise more, but
Something like, I will exercise for 20 minutes on day at time and place.
well, that's like scheduling it in. Like a doctor's appointment, but for your workout.
Totally. And guess what? The results are wild.
Okay, hit me with the numbers. What happened?
First 2 groups, only 35 to 38% actually exercise at least once a week.
Okay, not great. Not terrible, I guess.
But the group with the specific plan, 91% success rate.
Whoa, hold on. That's insane. That's a huge EE difference.
I know, right? It's mind-blowing how much of a difference that one little tweak made.
It really shows you just being motivated,
Yeah.
wanting to do it isn't always enough.
It's like you need a roadmap, clarity.
That's a great way to put it. And it's exactly what James Clear calls an implementation intention.
Ooh, that sounds fancy. Break it down for us.
It's actually pretty straightforward. It's basically taking all the guesswork out of building a habit.
No more relying on motivation or hoping you'll remember.
Exactly. You have a concrete plan. When this happens, I do that. No more, well, maybe I will, maybe I won't.
So if situation X arises, I do response Y.
Boom. You nailed it. And it's not just about exercise. There's tons of research on this.
Oh, really? Tell me more. I'm all ears.
They've used this implementation intention thing for all sorts of stuff. Getting flu shots, scheduling colonoscopies.
Wait, seriously? Those 2?
I know, right? Even increasing voter turnout. Crazy,
That's wild. So it's it works across the board. Doesn't matter what the habit is.
Seems like it. And I think it all comes back to that quote from the book. Many people think they lack motivation when what they really lack is clarity.
Ugh, that hits home. It's so true. I know I've been there. You get all excited about a goal and then nothing. Because I didn't actually have a plan.
It happens to the best of us, and that's why this stuff is so important.
Okay, so we got implementation intentions for those big goals.
Mm-hmm.
But what about those smaller everyday habits?
Ooh, you're thinking about habit stacking. I love where your head's at.
Habit stacking. Okay, that sounds interesting. Tell me more.
Well, have you ever noticed how sometimes you buy one thing and then suddenly...
Oh no, you're going to make me think about my online shopping habits.
Maybe. It's like one purchase leads to another. Before you know it, you're redoing your whole living room.
Okay, that is dangerously relatable. I can't be the only one who's been there.
Not at all. It's actually a thing. It's called the Diderot effect.
The Diderot effect. What's that all about?
There's a whole story about this French philosopher, Denis Diderot, and his fancy scarlet robe.
Ooh, okay. Gotta hear this story. Lay it on me.
We'll have to save that for another time. But the point is this tendency to create chain reactions,
Yeah, I get it. One thing leads to another, domino effect. It's bad for my bank account, but...
Exactly. But for building habits, it's pure gold.
Wait, slow down. So you're saying we can actually use this domino effect to our advantage?
You got it. It's called habit stacking.
Habit stacking, okay. So instead of buying a new robe and needing new furniture to match...
Right, instead of that, it's after I brush my teeth.
I'll meditate for 1 minute.
Boom. There it is. You're piggybacking a new habit onto one you already do.
Oh, that's kind of genius. So what's the official formula for those of us taking notes at home?
After current habit, I will new habit.
Easy peasy. So instead of relying on willpower, it's like you're building this little staircase of habits.
Exactly. You're leveraging the momentum of something you already do, makes the new habit way more automatic.
Okay, I'm loving this.
Yeah.
But how do you choose the right habit to, stack onto?
Ooh, great question. You want one that happens regularly, right? And think about timing and location, too.
Like, does it make sense for the new habit to happen then and there?
Exactly. It's all about finding the perfect spot in your routine for this new habit to, like, fit in.
So it's like finding the perfect little nook in your day where it just makes sense to do this new thing.
You got it. And, Clear, he's really big on being specific. Like, he even talks about how he messed up with habit stacking at first.
Oh, no. He seems to have this whole habit thing down pat. What happened?
Well, he wanted to start doing push-ups during his lunch break.
Okay, sounds good in theory.
Right. But think about it. During his lunch break, that's pretty vague.
Before eating,
Yeah.
after, at his desk, in the
Personal
break room.
frame.
Yeah, no wonder it didn't work.
Exactly. The cue is too vague, so he changed it to, when I close my laptop for lunch, I will do 10 push-ups next to my desk.
Okay, so very specific. No room for interpretation there.
Exactly. Crystal clear. And it worked like a charm.
So the key takeaway here is make those cues super specific and actionable.
Exactly. The more tightly you connect that new habit to a specific cue.
The more likely you are to actually do it.
You got it.
Okay, this is all making so much sense. But I gotta admit, my brain's getting a little full.
Understandable. We've covered a lot of ground, but don't worry, we'll break it all down.
Okay, good, because I can already feel myself getting overwhelmed. Like, how do we actually put all this into practice?
Deep breaths. We got this. It doesn't have to be this big, scary overhaul of your whole life. Remember that habit scorecard we talked about?
Wait, yeah. The one where we tracked all those little automatic things we do every day, brushing our teeth, checking social media.
That's the one. It's a great starting point for brainstorming your current habits.
So, like, write all those down and then what?
Then think about those things that happen, like, without fail.
Yeah.
The sun rises, your phone buzzes, your favorite song ends.
Okay, yeah, those are definitely consistent.
And those, my friend, are potential cues for new habits. It's all about strategy.
So we're basically looking for those strategic places to sneak in new habits, like little habit ninjas.
Love that analogy. And remember specifics. Instead of, after I wake up, I'll stretch.
It's more like, after I turn off my alarm, I will do 5 minutes of stretching on my bedroom floor.
Nailed it. Clear, actionable cues. That's what we're after.
Okay, so big picture. We got our implementation intentions for big goals. And for those everyday habits, we got habit stacking.
And both are all about making it obvious, right? Which is that first law of behavior change.
Okay, listeners, time to put all this amazing knowledge into atiation. What's one habit you want to work on?
Yeah, tell us. What you got?
Pick one. Create a plan. Use either implementation intentions or habit stacking. Tell us all about it in the comments below.
We want to hear all about your habit journeys.
And hey, while you're down there, hit that like button and subscribe to Chapters Unfolded for even more amazing deep dives. You know, we got you covered with all things habits, productivity, and personal growth. And guess what? Next time, things are going to get interesting.
Oh, yeah, we're getting into how to make those desired habits irresistible.
And trust me, a little temptation is involved.
Ooh, can't wait for that.
Stay tuned. Until next time, happy habit building.
It's all about, tapping into that second law of behavior change.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. Making it attractive.
That's the one.
That sounds way more fun than, like, white-knuckling it with willpower.
Way more fun, for sure.
But before we get too deep into that, can we circle back to habit stacking for a sec? I'm really digging this whole idea.
Of course. More habit stacking. Happy to oblige.
But I could definitely use some more, like, concrete examples just to really get those gears turning,
Absolutely. So remember how we talked about finding those strategic places to, like, insert new habits into your routine?
Yeah, those little pockets of time where it just makes sense to, like, tack something on.
Exactly. Think about it like this. You already do certain things every day without fail.
Oh, yeah, totally. Brushing my teeth, pouring my first cup of coffee. It's like autopilot at this point.
Right. Those are your anchors, your solid ground. So let's say you want to start a daily gratitude practice.
Okay, I'm listening.
Instead of just, vaguely thinking, I should be more grateful, you can create a habit stack.
Ooh, I like where this is going. So what would that look like?
Something like, after I pour my morning coffee, I will write down 3 things I'm grateful for.
I love that. It's like that coffee is now my gratitude trigger.
Boom. That's exactly it. Your existing habit is now the cue for your new habit. And you can get super creative with this. Like, let's say you want to be more mindful throughout the day.
Oh, yes, please. Sign me up for that.
All right, how about this? When I receive a text message,
Okay, that happens a lot.
I will take 1 deep breath before responding.
Whoa, that is so simple, but genius.
Yeah.
I'm so guilty of just, like, getting sucked into that text vortex.
Right. We all do it. It's all about finding those little moments in your day, those tiny opportunities to just reset.
I like that, resetting throughout the day. And, Claire, he even talks about habit stacking for specific situations.
Oh, yeah. He's got tons of great examples.
Like when I see a set of stairs, I will take them instead of the elevator.
Classic. It's like turning everyday obstacles
Into opportunities.
Exactly. Little nudges to make healthier choices. He also has this one, a minimalism stack.
A minimalism stack. Okay, I gotta hear this.
When I buy a new item, I will give something away.
Whoa. Mind blown. That is so smart.
Right. Prevents clutter, makes you really think about what you're bringing into your life.
Okay, so we've got implementation intentions, we've got habit stacking.
A whole arsenal of habit building tools.
It's seriously amazing. But I think the biggest takeaway here is you don't have to rely on willpower alone.
It's true.
It's about setting yourself up for success.
Right.
Making those habits obvious, attractive, and
Easy to do. Can't forget that one.
exactly. Which is a perfect segue into the next chapter.
Ooh, yeah. Making those habits irresistible.
Don't worry, listeners. We're coming back to unpack all that juicy goodness. But in the meantime,
Keep the conversation going.
we want to hear from you. Have you tried these things? What are your favorite habit stacks? Tell us everything in the comments below.
Yeah, spill the tea. We might even feature some of your amazing insights in the next episode.
And of course,
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Chapters Unfolded. More deep dives into the world of habits, productivity, all that good stuff.
stay tuned. Until next time, happy habit building. We've covered a lot of ground today. Whew.
We really have.
From those implementation intentions to habit stacking,
Wow.
it's amazing.
So many great tools for building better habits.
And I think the big thing I'm taking away from all this is, it's not just about willpower.
Right. It's not about just trying harder.
It's about, being smart about it, setting yourself up for success,
Exactly. Making those habits obvious.
making them attractive and easy to do.
Can't forget that one. Easy to do makes all the difference.
It really does. And that takes us to the next chapter, right?
It does, where we dive into how to make those habits irresistible.
Ooh, can't wait for that.
Me neither.
But before we wrap up today,
Yes.
just want to say thank you to all our listeners.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
We love, hearing from you guys, all your thoughts, experiences. Keep those comments coming.
Yeah, we love reading them.
And hey, if you're enjoying these deep dives into atomic habits,
Be sure to subscribe to Chapters Unfolded for even more.
that's right. More deep dives into all things habits, productivity, and personal growth.
We've got you covered.
Until next time, keep those chapters unfolded.